Hey guys, welcome back to Sabers Forever. I'm John, and today we're going to be going over a Fallen Cere staff. This is a really cool hybrid that was actually painted by Astoria Workshop. They did a fabulous job. It looks amazing. The leather wrap is superior to all. I have not seen better. So if you are looking for a really great weathering and wrap job, go check out Astoria Workshop. And without further ado, why don't we just jump right in and I'll show you exactly what's going on. Alright, so this is the 89 Sabers Fallen. I believe it's the V3. If it's the V4, I honestly have no idea what the difference is between them. Maybe it's these sections up here. I don't know. All I know for sure is that this was finished by Astoria Workshops or a workshop on Instagram. They do finishing work on sabers, and this is the first one that I've gotten to see in person. The quality is impeccable. I mean, everything that I would imagine the weathering to look like is nailed on here, and it feels really good. It doesn't feel like you need to baby it at all. So the finish just looks and feels fantastic. The saber is this was a little bit of a project, only because the chassis that I ordered originally, there's so many versions of this hilt that and the coupler here changes. You could get ones that are like the Fallen Order textured, just regular section if you wanted this double-sided like the Paul hilt, but this is obviously the Cere staff, and is a little bit shorter because it's kind of technically still a one-handed with a big-ass pommel, right? One-handed saber, but yeah, this is a huge, one-handed saber. Like that's ridiculous. So anyways, the chassis for this was actually too long and wouldn't allow you to connect it. So the way that these are set up is this comes off of the Cere section, and you have a really tiny bit of the chassis sticking out. This is a Proffie, and then this is the coupler, and this comes off, and then there is the chassis for the Fallen. So the only downside is that this was originally set up to be an 18650, which bumped it out to be, way too far. So you can see here they are very close to each other when the coupler is installed, or when they're using this coupler. So any longer, and it just wouldn't work. So this had to be reduced to an 18500. This one is still an 18650. But this will have a shorter battery life than this saber. So if you were going to favorite one at a convention, I guess, to say, like if you wanted to save, like if you had to go on stage and you needed this to have battery juice or whatever, like baby this one, and this one's going to have more juice. Now, that also being said is that these are both hardwired batteries, because the chassis are held in place with set screws for switch alignment and stuff. So they were never intended to be pulled out and put in and had batteries switched out. So you do have to charge these with a rechargeable battery charger. So that is basically, these are both 3.7 volt lithium ion batteries. They are high drain batteries, so you're going to need a 1 amp a charger that can push 1 amp at 4.2 volts. So anyways, all right, they both have kill keys, so you just pull these out.
I'm Cal, and this is BD1. Things haven't been the same since the team split up.
So these kill keys are not the twist on, unfortunately, but they are low profile enough that you can assemble it with the kill keys in. The coupler has this metal greebly which goes towards the Cere side. The threading is different on each side. And these sabers I'll show right now can be assembled completely as individual hilts. So this has its own pommel, which then so pretty great. And then this has its own pommel, obviously, but this was unfinished. So the saber was, I guess, intentionally always going to be a staff. But I do really like this Cere saber a lot. It's grown on me quite a bit. So this will twist onto this one. And then you can lock them up. And they both have 2 switches. So the Cal side has power here, auxiliary here, and Cere has power here, so right across from Cal's, and then auxiliary on the side. So this also
Master Cere Junda
has a Cere font. So twist on, twist off, works great. The sabers are set up for save state, so if you were to power them off right now, it would remember that this one is in the Cere font. The saber was shipped to me with the Kyberphonic fonts for Survivor 2, so this saber has party mode enabled on it, which is the first font, and the way that this progresses in fonts is party mode, Cere, and then all of Cal's colors, so green, blue, red, whatever you wanted. You could select those, and then there's a battery mode, and then it goes back to party mode. And party mode is essentially its own thing where it's got all the colors, but you would activate it by, let's put a blade in. So in order to do that, you would get, I'm just going to do it on the Cal side, get a 1.5 millimeter Allen wrench, dump your blade plug, get a 1-inch blade, and throw this bad boy in there, and then tighten down your blade plug. Now, turn the saber on. And you can go into, when you use it, it's just like a regular saber at first, with the exception that you can enable and use a unique form of color change. So you can hold the auxiliary on the back here and twist it to the left, and you get that indicator sound, which now tells you you're in party mode. So every time you swing the saber, you're going to change the color of the blade. Of course, I'm not sure how hard you have to swing it. And it changes the hum as well. And some of the ignitions are different. So really cool. And then to turn it off, you would hold the auxiliary and twist to the left again. Turns it off. Back to normal. Now you can also do random color change by holding auxiliary and twisting to the right. It'll just change to a random color. You can also do that with the power to actually go back and forth in the color log. So the next one's indigo, you can go back to green by holding the power. So really cool. Party mode is really, really cool, and it can be utilized in a lot of different ways. It actually doesn't have to just be for the Survivor font. You could actually just, as long as the folders are set up the correct way, you can put any fonts into party mode and have them change colors and such like that. But that is its own font. So essentially, I never went over the electronics. So they both have 2 switches. They both are using NeoPixel, stock CustomWorks NeoPixel V3s. This one has an 18500. This one has an 18650. They both have in-Hilt recharge ports. They both have 28mm speakers. And yeah, that's actually it. So really beautiful saber. I do believe this will be a display piece, as it is worthy of that. It is finished extremely well. So that basically does it for the saber. When you're all done, I'm not going to actually do that, but you would just put these kill keys in. Alright guys, that does it for this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe to see more cool sabers just like this guy here. There's going to be some really great stuff in the future. Little sneak is that I'm working on an E11, so I think that thing is going to be one of my best blasters yet. So definitely like and subscribe, you're not going to want to miss out on that. I just need to find the time to install it. So if you guys could just ease up on some of those orders, actually don't, I'm just kidding. But if you're looking for orders, you can find my commission work for KR Sabers products. He did supply the electronics for this, and the chassis are by Goth 3D Designs. All of those things I support on my website. You can find KR Sabers commissions at www.sabersforever.com. If there is a commission on my website that you cannot find, please feel free to reach out at john@sabersforever.com, and I'd be happy to help. Like this one, for example, not on the website, but I do install all types of sabers, so just let me know what I can do to assist you. So again, until the next time, guys, may the Force be with you.